And we're back. This is tonight on M&ETV. Of course, it's your boy Bumpy here. Just wrapped up talking to the young man Jared News, and we have another big star out here in TNT doing great things. And ladies, on here, relax on yourself a little bit. I know, but I think I thought, but this man much hotter. This is the man, Mr. Renzo. How do you remember that?
Great man, great.
Good to have you. Good to have you on. Yeah, well, I'm try to think you can come on your.
Right now you outshining me.
But mine's. This is from 1965, so I try to pull that down. But so Mr. Renzo, nice to have you here. I know you've been doing great things. For the few that don't know Mr. Renzo, I want you to sum up Mr. Renzo in probably about 2 sentences.
2 sentences. Born in Venezuela, grew up in Trinidad, into the music game almost 20 years. Love our culture, soca music, been spreading it all over the Latin countries, and my mission is really to get the music global, not just Latin music or Trini music, but music in the whole.
Right. So you've been in the industry. I know you've been singing since a child, since you're a child. So.
No, not well. Yeah, singing since a child, school choirs and stuff. Right. But professionally, when I was about 21 years old. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So how did you get into music?
Well, it was a funny story. You know, as a child, a youth, you're playing around home, singing karaoke. Yeah. One day, all-rounder came and heard me singing, and he's like, "Who's this child singing?" And my mom was like, "This is my son, Renzo."
The icon all-rounder.
Yeah, the icon all-rounder. Yeah. She said, "This is my son, Renzo. He liked music, but he's very shy." Yeah. So when all-rounder came in, you know, he's like a spotlight hit here one time. He said, "Yeah, you have what it takes. You have the look. You have everything," and gas me up to go to the studio. I remember the first studio was in a shack. Right. Yeah, literally a shack, and the producer name was Dr. Trinidad. No sort of big equipment or anything, and I recorded my first demo. And that time I was real green. I didn't know anything about the music industry. Yeah. All I know is about record a song, and I think I'm a superstar already. Yeah. Yeah. So around now saying, no, you have plenty to learn. Let me carry you by Uncle Sam and put you on a stage. I was like, on a stage? No, nah, you're not ready. Don't worry, when you touch that stage.
What age was that?
At Uncle Sam and Marcus.
What age was that?
I was like 20 at that time. Right. I sound younger than that, but yeah. So he said, I'll carry you to a stage and you perform and see how it feels. So when I touched the stage, first time ever I felt that kind of energy from the crowd, and the crowd loved it. And that was like the first ever mixture with soca and Latin. We had called it a soca turn at the time. Right. And there was a producer by the name of Christian Cabaza, a French producer. He heard me live and he's like, "Let me carry you to a proper producer and produce the song." And carry me to Carl Beaver Henderson and produce my first song, which was Muévete. Right. And that song kind of like put me into the Trini map when it comes to Latin soca. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, it's only bosses you call in there. You're talking about all-rounder.
All-rounder,
You're talking about Carl Beaver Henderson.
Yes.
You know?
Veterans,
so
yes.
This is you as a young artist, and you're already touching these people in terms of getting the input from them.
Yes.
Did you know then that this is what you always wanted to do, or you wanted to branch into something else? What was your early thinking getting into music around that time?
Well, at that time I didn't know anything about music, and all I was just doing was just trying different things. Because at that time I went through about 20 different jobs. Telemarketer, telecommunication, Spanish, English, interpreter, co-chef, work in a hotel, different jobs, and I was very unhappy until one job I was doing graphic design, and I told the boss, "You know what, I'm not happy." Right. And I think that's a very important thing as an individual to find out what you love. And at that point in time, I knew I'd love music, and I was like, let me take the risk and do music full time. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity. This was a great experience, but let me go through this mission. It was a very challenging mission because, again, you're trying to do something new, and at that time, that was like 2005, right. 2004, 2005, when Trinidad was now getting accustomed with the reggaeton.
Right.
they didn't take it too serious at that time. And when I came out with that mix, I think I was a little bit ahead of the time. And I just kept at it, going at it non-stop. Thank God for my family who've been backing me 100%. My mom, my brother who's been managing me all these years. And without them, I wouldn't be doing music, yes.
But you're well traveled though, because I'm looking at your at your resume, and you've been to, there are quite a few Spanish speaking countries that you would have been to. Tell me a bit about that getting to travel and that experience, moving out and you know, and being able to perform in other countries. How has that been for you?
Well, as an artist, you have to take the risk and take the chance and just go out there and see how it goes. So the first chapter of getting the music out was going to Colombia. Yeah. They say when you go to either Bogota or other parts of Colombia, you'll get to experience the mainstream Latin music and actually understand what it is, because people think, okay, Latin music is just one genre. There are so many subgenres that you could branch off into. So that was like the first trip was like a learning process where I did interviews and was trying to spread the culture. I risked about 2 carnivals just to go across there and spread the music, and they loved it. But you know, it takes more than one person, and of course more money, because you're marketing yourself, and it's been a challenge, but they loved it, and I think with due time it will reach to the right hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Renzo, is you are more or less a hybrid, right?
Yeah.
You're born Venezuelan,
yeah,
right? Living in Trinidad. You're mixing the Latin with the soca. Do you find that it's readily accepted by the folks in Trinidad, or is it something that you had to build over time?
It's something definitely I had to build over time. I even touch different genres. I did full dancehall, I did full soca. I tried to find
you
myself.
You have a kind of Sean Paul finish, eh? No, you have a kind of, but the younger people might know who is Sean Paul, but you have a kind of Sean Paul finish. So you touch dancehall, you touch those genres.
Yeah, different genres, just to find myself, because as an artist, you just want to explore different genres and not just stick to one thing, and you'll have a wider catalog when you go in and perform live. You could, you know, touch different things, and Trinidadians and the Caribbean in the whole, we love music, so we could just switch it, do a soca set, then switch it into dancehall, then switch it into something else. So I've been just doing music generally, working on a Spanish album, which I plan to drop next year.
Right.
But of course, everything is a process. I just finished my label, which is Mr Renzo Music Distribution and Renzo World Publishing. Right. So I just signed a producer from Romania.
Nice.
And a couple young Venezuelan artists. So it's in growing stage, but as an artist who's been in the game so long, it's good to bring in new blood.
Yeah.
And kind of walk them through the experience, because it's not a cakewalk.
So you're well ensconced into the industry,
and
not just as an artist, but looking at all other aspects to put your hands and fingers in. We're chatting with Mr. Renzo right here on tonight on M&ETV. We have more to ask him. We're going to get down and into some of the nitty-gritty of him as an artist and Mr. Renzo as a person. When we come back on tonight on M&ETV.
Nobody else a she me wa. Nobody else a she me wa. Me express the love me feel for ya. X amounts of love it really now.